Oftentimes when I have a phone upgrade available, I'm torn between whether I want to just upgrade my current device to the latest model or if I want to completely switch operating systems and give myself a whole new feel. And when I say switch operating systems, you know what that means. That's right, going from Android to iOS. Being a longtime Android user, there are times where I just feel like I need something different. Maybe I can be part of that cool Apple crowd where people praise every new iPhone that's released, face chat on a day-to-day basis, and have handy iPads I could use as a second backup phone. Well, in today's video, I made the switch. I just picked up the iPhone XS Max, and I'm going to tell you a few reasons why I like using Apple, along with a few reasons why I hate using Apple, and finally, I'll let you know whether I'll be keeping my new phone. So first things first, let's talk about the device coming out of the box. I absolutely love the style and design on the iPhone XS Max. My old phone was a Note 8, so I'm already accustomed to having larger screens, and this one works out perfectly. Inside the box, I received the iPhone itself, a pair of headphones which plug in through a lightning cable, more on that in a moment, and a regular wall charger. Yes, I said regular because there is no fast charging power brick included like with an Android. So I'm not going to get into all the specs as far as RAM and processor speeds go in this video. I'm going to talk about something much more simple than that. The basic user experience. So let's start off with some things that I actually like about the iPhone. I like the fact that everything is very organized. All of my emails come through in one app, there's a little red dot on app icons alerting me when I have new messages, and the home screen seems to move very fluid and smoothly from page to page. While listening to music on Spotify with the iPhone XS Max, I soon realized this phone has much better speakers built in it than my previous Note 8. Sound comes out of the bottom of the iPhone as well as the top ear speaker. So if you have your phone laying down on a flat surface or if you're holding it in your hand watching YouTube videos, the sound is actually projected towards the user's face. Major points for that because I'm an audiophile and I love having good sound. So that part is definitely an upgrade for me. Another cool feature is that the iPhone community is much more connected than the Android community. So immediately upon getting an iPhone, all of my friends who text me now know that I have an iPhone because our text messages are blue. I can see when messages are read, delivered, and even when my friends are typing. And if that's not enough, iPhone has all sorts of interactive toys in the iMessage app, like sending texts that fill up the whole screen with animations, confetti falling when you use the right emoji, and also an animated emoji that I created to look like me, and I can record this little guy talking to send a message to my friends with. It's so cool the way iPhone detects my face and mimics my expressions through this little cartoon. I give them a lot of points for adding this. Another thing along the lines of connectability is the ability to FaceTime. So with Android, I was able to video chat using third-party apps like WhatsApp, but on iPhone, video chat is built in and ready to go. If the person you're talking with has an iPhone, it's as simple as one button to be able to see each other face to face. That isn't a huge deal, but it's nice that it's implemented into the phone's software and does not require a separate app. I've got to admit, holding this iPhone in my hand feels more like a fashion statement than anything. Like, hey, look at me, I'm a baller with the newest iPhone. Almost as if this were the Gucci in the phone world. So that's one thing to take into consideration. If you like having fancy things and you like flaunting what you've got, nothing does that better than owning the newest iPhone. And last but not least, I love how Apple products interact with one another. So upon purchasing my iPhone, I was offered a free iPad along with it. I didn't really think I would care for it or need it, but after spending some time with the device, I quickly realized it's great having two phones in the same home. If my iPhone is dead or charging, I can bring my iPad upstairs to bed with me. All of my text messages and phone calls will come through on the iPad, and that's awesome, something that I never experienced using Android. And Apple does this with all of their Apple devices. So iWatches, Apple TV, everything communicates so well with the iPhone, it just feels like a better user experience than connecting to things with an Android. And now for the things that I can't stand about having an iPhone. So after coming from Android, I'm used to having the freedom to completely customize my phone. You don't realize how much you appreciate this until you try to move an app around on the iPhone and the iOS forces the app into its place. This is what some would refer to as organized. On Android, I had the ability to change how many apps would fit in each column or row, also make apps as big or small as I wanted, but with iPhone, you're pretty much stuck with this block-like pattern, so you have no other choice besides getting used to it. Another feature that definitely drives me crazy is not actually having a home button or back button at the bottom of the screen. So with iPhone, you basically swipe up to exit an app and go to the home screen. I've been using it for about a week now, and I still get frustrated sometimes having to remind myself how to get back. For some people who have already been accustomed to iPhones, I know this is not an issue, but for someone switching over from Android, trust me when I say this, it will slowly get under your skin. Next is the fact that there is no regular 3.5mm port on an iPhone to plug in headphones. The headphones that come with the iPhone have a lightning adapter and they plug into the same port as the charging cable. This one really pisses me off. Now, if I want to use my headphones that I already own, I would need to carry around this little adapter everywhere I go. But why? For what? So that Apple can make you purchase more of their products? This is the perfect example of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's nothing wrong with phones having a regular standard headphone jack. Why do you gotta be so complicated, Apple? On top of that, if I'm charging my phone and I want to listen to music with my Apple headphones, I can't plug both the charger and the headphones in at the same time, and I just feel like that was a dumb design. Another thing that I absolutely hate is the way that this phone takes photos and videos. It drives me crazy. So the picture quality and video quality are absolutely amazing, crystal clear. However, there's no way to take photos or videos that fill up the whole screen of the iPhone. So instead of taking 16:9 photos, you're stuck with these square-shaped images. iPhone people say, well, that's not a big deal, just zoom in and it fills up the whole screen. But that's not the point. I shouldn't have to zoom in. My Android did all of that for me. Photos and videos would fill up the full screen at the snap of a button, and I didn't need to zoom and crop to get my 16:9 aspect ratio that I want. This is extremely difficult, especially for me being a video editor. So for me at this point, the camera is close to useless compared to my old phone. To make matters worse, importing photos and videos to my Windows desktop is a pain in the butt. I would have to download iTunes, go through all the fancy Apple motions just to get my videos and photos that I want. Come on, iPhone, you're killing me. Another thing that I noticed that really bothers me a lot is the simple fact that in the App Store, I feel like I have to go through different steps of security just to download one app. So I have to click the download button, and then I have to type in my Apple ID password, and then I have to scan my fingerprint. And I'm aware that there's a setting you can change in order to not go through all of these steps, but you have to change it within the App Store itself. But why the hell would I have to go through all these steps when I'm just downloading a simple free app? In the Google Play Store, I can just simply hit download and my app starts downloading. And now for the final blow. The last thing that I really can't stand about this iPhone, and this is a major issue in my book. I realized that when I got home and I started using my new iPhone, it felt like things were moving a little bit slower as far as download speeds, watching videos, loading times. After doing a little bit of research, I found out that iPhones are actually known to have worse signal than Android. Not even using the SIM card. When the iPhone is connected to my Wi-Fi, it doesn't get as good of a signal from my Wi-Fi than my Android phone did. Now that means I have to wait longer when I'm downloading apps. It means that videos stop and start buffering in the middle of watching videos, and this should not be happening when I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I have very high internet speeds, and there's no reason at all that I should be having to buffer and wait and download things so slowly. And another thing I found out was I can't even download apps when I'm out on the go. If I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, Apple does not allow me to download larger apps. That is horrible. If I'm paying for an unlimited data supply, why can I not download an app wherever the hell I'm at, whenever the hell I want? Why do I need to be restricted to a Wi-Fi zone only to download an app? It's completely ridiculous. And after going through all of those motions, trying to figure out things I like, things I don't like about my new iPhone, I Google searched it just out of curiosity. Why do people like iPhones? And the first thing that came up on Google search was iPhone buyers are attracted to Apple brand as prestigious status symbols or fashion accessories. Also, it boldly states that iPhone is a smartphone for dumb users. I didn't write it, but it is the first result on Google. So to answer the question, will I be sticking with Apple products from this point on to be a part of the cool Apple community and share all the fun moments on FaceTime with blue text messages and fun little emojis? No, I will not. Unfortunately, there are many more important features Android provides that are missing from the new iPhone that I personally can't live without. Faster Wi-Fi speeds, 16:9 full screen photos and videos, and the ability to customize and do what I want with my home screen completely overpower the fun little features Apple has to offer. Sorry guys, but I'm coming home. I'll be picking up the Note 9 tomorrow and more than likely reviewing that model as well, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed today's video, smack that like button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of the cool monthly giveaways that we do. I hope this video helped anyone thinking about switching from Android to Apple. I've already tried it once in the past. This is my second time trying it, and I can guarantee you that I will never try it again. I'm an Android user through and through, and it's gonna stay that way from this point on. Until next time, see you guys later.